We are here to discuss a serious problem in America today: obesity. Obesity is when a person's weight is at least 20% higher than what is recommended for their height and body type. Obesity can affect your physical, social, and emotional health and is very common. Obesity rates have doubled since 1980. Obesity most commonly begins between the ages of 5 and 6 or during adolescence. Studies have shown that children who are obese between the ages of 10 and 13 have an 80% chance of becoming an obese adult. If you're obese, you can have an increased risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, and cholesterol, joint pain, gallbladder disease, diabetes, cancer, heart attacks, trouble sleeping, and much more. Obesity can change your life. It's getting harder and harder to resist unhealthy eating habits. So how does it start?
Fast food restaurants are so convenient today, you can find them anywhere. After a long, tiring day of work or school, people feel that it's too much time to cook a meal. What's the need if there's McDonald's 2 minutes away?
I am so tired from today. I'm just going to order a pizza instead of making dinner. I am way too tired to cook right now. Also, teens often eat their problems away for comfort, which is where binge eating comes from. Binge eating is when an individual eats excessive amounts of food in a short period of time. People resort to this to cope with stress or other issues. It's an eating disorder that has a huge link to obesity.
Oh, I'm so depressed. I just failed my health test today.
Lack of exercise is also common. Many kids much rather watch TV, play video games, or go on the computer than go outside. In many cases, the only exercise kids do today isn't PE, if they even participate.
Have you ever been to McDonald's and ordered a Big Mac? Well, we're going to show you what you've been eating.
When you look at this, what are you thinking of? Well, what you're seeing right now is a Big Mac. There are 1,070 milligrams of sodium, 34 grams of fat, and overall, it's 590 calories. How old are you and how long have you been obese?
I'm 15 years old and I've been obese for 2 years.
How has obesity affected your life?
I have trouble getting around and it's hard for me to run or to do exercise in general. It's hard for me to breathe sometimes and I can never do what people my age do, like sports. I always feel bad for myself, so I stay at home as much as possible. And if I ever do go out, I feel like a drag to others.
What have you always wanted to do that your weight prevented you from doing it?
I used to be a cheerleader when I was younger, but ever since I started gaining weight, I was too embarrassed and I stopped. And now, of course, I'm not able to. Whenever I see my classmates cheer at games in my school, it makes me wish I could look like them and do all the amazing tricks they do.
What is one of the hardest things you've struggled with being obese?
Shopping, because there are barely any clothes that fit me and are my size, and I can't wear clothes I want to wear because I never feel good in anything I try on.
What did you used to eat usually?
I used to eat fast food a lot. I would eat it almost every day after school because my parents were at home and I didn't know how to cook. It was cheap and easy. That's when my addiction to food started.
When did you start having these eating habits?
2.5 years ago, I started to become very depressed due to my parents' divorce. They would barely have time for me, so I always felt really lonely. Instead of talking about it, what I was going to do, I ate to fill the void in my life.
What have you done in order to change your weight?
Last year I tried starving myself, but it was impossible for me to do because all I wanted to do was eat. I wanted to lose weight faster, so I resorted to being bulimic. So I decided to get help, and now I just try to balance out my diet and eat healthier.
How has obesity affected your social life?
I do have friends, but I used to push them and anyone else who wanted to talk about my problems away. So when people would try to help me with my problems, instead of accepting that I needed help, I turned defensively and ignored them.
Have you been bullied in school before?
I have been teased a lot, but all the real bullying I struggled with came from myself instead of my classmates. It all was in my head, and I always told myself that I was hopeless and ugly and I could never look like this.
What did you used to do on a daily basis before your new lifestyle?
Well, most of my friends were in sports, so I had no one to hang out with after school. So I would just go home and eat and watch TV because I had nothing to do.
Was it hard to lose weight when you first started?
Yes, I refused to do anything, and when I started to exercise, it felt like nothing was happening, and that I was still the same weight no matter how much I tried to exercise.
How much weight do you think you've lost?
I think I've lost about 70 pounds in the last 5 months.
Was it hard to stop eating junk food?
Yes, I thought that if I could eat junk food, I had nothing. It had been my only comfort for so long, but now the support of my family and friends keep me going.
How has your new lifestyle worked for you?
It has been really hard to stay away from junk food. I've had good and bad days, but I've been losing a lot of weight lately, eating healthier and doing moderate amounts of exercise, so I'm feeling a lot better about myself. I don't get as tired as easily when I do everyday tasks. I have more positive attitude when I wake up and start the day. I'm just happier and proud of myself that I finally am doing something about my weight. I feel that if I can beat obesity, I can do anything. Fast food restaurants are so convenient today, you can find them anywhere. After a long, tiring day of work or school, people feel the need that it's too much to spend their time cooking a meal. What's the need if there's a McDonald's 2 minutes away?
I am so tired. I'm sorry.
Fast food restaurants are so convenient today, you can find them anywhere. After a long, tiring day of work or school, people feel that it's too much to spend their time cooking a meal. What's the need if there's a McDonald's 2 minutes away?
I am so tired. You know what? I'm just going to go to McDonald's instead of cooking a meal. It's way easier anyway. Lack of exercise is also common. Many kids much rather watch TV, play video games, or go on the computer than go outside. In many cases, the only exercise kids do today is in PE, even they... Oh my god!
Oh, Mary, you didn't tell me.
What did you used to do on a daily basis? How old...
Wait.
Ah!